Today we will continue genetics. We have discussed structure of chromosome. Okay. So today we will discuss the chromosomal aberration, different abnormalities of chromosomes. Okay. Okay. So what is chromosomal aberration? Chromosomal aberration is a chromosomal abnormality that involves a missing extra or irregular portion of a chromosome, and chromosomal aberrations are studied with the help of karyotype. Okay, karyotyping is the process. It is a karyotype is a full set of chromosomes from a patient, and to visualize the chromosomes, karyotyping is done. Okay, abnormal chromosome produces inherited abnormalities. Next. So, what are the different types of chromosomal aberrations? Two types of chromosomal aberrations are there: structural aberration and numerical aberration. Next. So, first we will be discussing structural chromosomal aberration. Okay, these chromosomal aberrations are important for your short notes, important for your theory. Okay, different types of structural aberration, different types of numerical aberrations are important for your theory. Short note, it generally comes in short note. So, when the chromosomal structure is altered, it produces structural aberrations, and the structural chromosomal aberrations may be stable or unstable aberrations. Next. Okay, so these are the different types of structural chromosomal aberration. First is deletion. Deletion means some part of chromosome is deleted. So it can be of different types: terminal deletion, terminal part of chromosome is deleted; interstitial deletion, middle small part is deleted; micro deletion, there is very small part is deleted from the chromosome. So these are the three different types of deletion. Next is translocation. Translocation means there will be exchange of genetic material between two chromosomes. This is again of two types: Robertsonian translocation and reciprocal translocation. Next is insertion. Insertion means some part is inserted into a chromosome, and that may be deleted part of some other chromosome. Next is inversion. Inversion means some part is turned almost 180-degree and it again joins with the same chromosome. That is known as inversion. And inversion may be pericentric and paracentric. Next is isochromosome. Isochromosome, ring chromosome and duplication. All these processes we will discuss. Next. First four, these are important for your individual short notes. Okay. So first is deletion. Deletion, it is also called deletion mutation. These processes are involved in gene mutations. Okay, deletion, inversion, translocation, all these are involved in different mutations. So deletion is also called as deletion mutation, and in deletion part of chromosome is lost during DNA replication, and there are three types of deletion aberrations: terminal deletion, interstitial or intercalary deletion and micro deletion. Terminal deletion, a terminal segment of the chromosome is lost. For example, deletion of terminal part of short arm of chromosome 5, it will lead to Cry-Du-Chat syndrome. Okay, one important syndrome, Cry-Du-Chat syndrome. Deletion of short arm of chromosome 5, this you must remember. Important for your MCQs and Viva also, these syndromes. Next is interstitial or intercalary deletion. A segment of chromosome between two breaks is lost. For example, a deletion of segment of long arm of chromosome 15 from this part 15q11 to 13, it will lead to Prader-Willi syndrome. Okay. This is also an important syndrome. Cry-Du-Chat is most important for deletion. Next is microdeletion. It involves deletion of small segment of chromosome, usually less than 5 million base pair. That is known as microdeletion. And for deletion of microdeletion, high resolution banding karyotype or fluorescent in situ hybridization FISH technique is used for detecting the microdeletion. Next. So these are the different disease condition occurs due to deletion. Okay, Wolff-Hirschhorn syndrome, Williams syndrome, Langer-Gideon syndrome, Wilms tumor with aniridia, Prader-Willi syndrome, Angelman syndrome. See here, these two are occurring due to deletion of same part of the chromosome, but here in Prader-Willi syndrome, paternal chromosome is involved, and in Angelman syndrome, maternal chromosome is involved. Okay. Next is Rubinstein-Tybee syndrome, Miller-Dieker syndrome, Smith-Magenis syndrome, DiGeorge syndrome, and few genes from these segments get deleted in these syndromes. Okay, these two are important. These two you remember: Prader-Willi syndrome, Angelman syndrome, DiGeorge syndrome. Okay, these are important syndromes. And Cry-Do-Chat. Cry-Do-Chat is most important. Next. We will discuss Cry-Do-Chat syndrome in details. It comes in your individual short note also, Cry-Do-Chat syndrome. So it is also known as chromosome 5p deletion syndrome, 5p minus syndrome, or Lejeune syndrome. These are other names of this syndrome. And Cry-Do-Chat means it comes from a French word. The children cries like the cat. Okay, characterized by cat-like cry of the affected child. Cause is deletion of short arm of chromosome 5. P arm means short arm, so there will be, that's why the name is given 5p minus. P arm is deleted. Incidence is about 1 in 50,000 live birth, and these are the clinical features. Okay, so if some syndrome comes in your short note, you have to write it under these headings. Okay, so first in the cause of the and incidence rate and the clinical features, then investigation and treatment process if available. Okay, so clinical features are cat-like cry up to 2 years of age, epicanthus means skin fold of upper eyelid at the medial corner of the eye, that is visible. Next is high-pitched voice, severe intellectual disability due to CTNND2 gene deletion. Okay. Microcephaly means small head. Micrognathia, there will be small jaw, low set of ears, round face, and developmental delay. So these are the clinical features of Cry-Do-Chat syndrome. Okay. Main feature is cats like cry up to 2 years of age. Investigation is karyotyping may not detect some deletion. Microarray CGH may be helpful. This is another karyotyping method. Next. Next we are going to genomic imprinting. What is genomic imprinting? Genomic imprinting is a phenomenon that involves the expression of a gene depending upon its maternal and paternal origin. Okay, imparted gene is not expressed, but similar gene or allele carried from another parent is expressed. Examples are Prader-Willi and Angelman syndrome. We have seen same part is deleted. In Prader-Willi, deletion occurs in paternal chromosome, and in Angelman syndrome, deletion occurs in the maternal chromosome. Okay, but their clinical symptoms will be different for two syndromes. Next. Okay, so here is the genomic imprinting, deletion of 15q, 11 to 13 region of chromosome 15. Deletion in the chromosome 15 of paternal origin will lead to Prader-Willi syndrome, and these will be the symptoms: hypotonia, obesity, hypogonadism. And in deletion in chromosome 15 of maternal origin will lead to Angelman syndrome, and there will be epilepsy, tremors, smiling face, like this. Okay, so you can remember like this: paternal Prader-Willi, Angelman's deletion from the maternal chromosome. Next, we are going to next topic, translocation. Okay, so deletion can come as a short note, and Cry-Du-Chat syndrome can come as an individual short note. Okay, and this genomic imprinting is important. This Prader-Willi syndrome, Angelman syndrome. Next, we are going to translocation. Translocation is chromosomal abnormalities that occur when chromosomes break and the fragment rejoin to another non-homologous chromosome. Okay. There are two types of translocations, Robertsonian and reciprocal translocations. Next. See here, this is Robertsonian translocation. This is chromosome 14, this is chromosome 21. Okay, these small fragments are lost. These are lost fragments, and the long arms of these two chromosomes are joining together to form one derived chromosome. Okay, and this is known as Robertsonian translocation. And here the terminal portions are terminal portions are lost. The short arms are lost for both the chromosomes. And here this is reciprocal translocation. Here this BCR and ABL gene is present in 9th chromosome and BCR gene is present in 22 chromosome. When there is reciprocal translocation, these two genes are located together and it will lead to formation of Philadelphia chromosome, and it will lead to Philadelphia disease. It is a disease condition. Okay, so there is translocation between chromosome 9 and 22. Next. So Robertsonian translocation involves two acrocentric chromosomes. It involves break at the centromere and fusion of chromosome with the loss of acrocentric segments, that is short arms. Okay. Examples are Robertsonian translocation between chromosome 13 and 14. It occurs in 1 in 1000 people and most common Robertsonian translocation. An individual with Robertsonian translocation between two chromosome 21 may have a child with Down syndrome. Next, we are going to reciprocal translocation. There is exchange of material between two non-homologous chromosomes. Reciprocal translocation is a balanced translocation and there is no loss of chromosomal material. Okay, an individual with reciprocal translocation produce abnormal gametes and it results into spontaneous abortion. Okay, this is a spontaneous abortion is a sign of any mutation or translocation. Okay, so you have to do karyotyping. Amniocentesis is done and from the fetal cells karyotyping is done to detect any genetic diseases, and if it is genetic disease is present, patient is suggested for termination of pregnancy. Okay, so an individual with reciprocal translocation produce abnormal gametes and results in spontaneous abortions. Examples are Philadelphia chromosome. It is produced by reciprocal translocation between chromosome 9 and chromosome 22. And Philadelphia chromosome is associated with chronic myeloid leukemia, CML, in 85% of the cases. Okay, so you remember the examples. Next. Next, we are going to next two processes, insertion and inversion. Insertion means here this part is breaking and this part get attached here. Okay, so this green segment is attached with this pink chromosome. So this is known as insertion. No part is lost. And here this is inversion. In inversion, this is pericentric inversion, this is paracentric inversion. Pericentric means here the breaking is occurring on the two sides of the centromere. One is on one side, another is on another side. Then it will reverse and join with the same chromosome. Okay, so you can see the green portion is coming here, pink portion is coming to the opposite side. So this is known as pericentric inversion. Next, here is paracentric inversion. Here the two break point are on the same side of the centromere. Okay, here as the two break points, and they are lying on the same side. This is location of centromere. So they are lying on the same side of the centromere. They gets inverted and rejoins with the chromosome. Okay, you can see the white and yellow portion are opposite for these two. So that is known as paracentric inversion. So these are the two types of inversion. Next. So insertion is a transposition of a segment of one chromosome to another chromosome. Some part of one chromosome is breaking and it is joining with another chromosome. That is insertion. Next, inversion. Inversion takes place when there are two breaks in a single chromosome and a segment turns 180 before the reunion. This turning 180 degree is important for inversion. In both the cases, breaking is occurring, but here only there it turns 180 in case of inversion. So two types of inversions are there. Pericentric inversion, here breaks in the short arm and long arm of a chromosome and the segment rotates around the centromere and rejoins and leads to pericentric inversion. And in paracentric inversion, break in the same arm of a chromosome and segment do not involve the centromere and segment rotates and fuse and leads to paracentric inversion. Okay, so you have understood the process, pericentric and paracentric inversion. Okay, previous slide है जब हाँ ओटे next हाँ बस. Okay, see here. In pericentric, this is the location of centromere. Okay. So here the breaking is occurring on the two sides, one in the short arm, one in the long arm. Then this break portion is inverted 180 and it joins with the same chromosome. So this is pericentric inversion. And in paracentric inversion, the two break points are lying on the same arm, in the short arm only. Okay, it is not involving the centromere and also not involving the long arm. And this small segment, this is inverting 180 and joins with this same chromosome. Okay, understood? See here, this part is represented yellow and this is white. Okay, and here the white segment is joining with the yellow and yellow is joining with the white part. And it is not involving the centromere. That's why the name is given paracentric. Para means away from the centromere. Peri means around the centromere. Okay, so these terms are used like this. Okay, understood? Okay, next. Okay, next, isochromosome. Okay, isochromosome means, see, this is one chromosome, it has a P arm, Q arm and a centromere. This is another chromosome, P arm, Q arm and centromere. They are breaking at the centromere and both the P arms are joining together and both the Q arms are joining together. Okay, so it has only Q arms and it has only P arms. So these are known as isochromosome. Next is ring chromosome. The break is occurring at the two ends of the chromosome and these two ends become sticky due to loss of the telomere activity and they will join together to form a ring-like structure that is known as ring chromosome. Okay, understood? So these terms are important and this can come as your short note also. Isochromosome, ring chromosome, like this. Next. So isochromosome transfers division of the centromere, fusion of the short arms with each other and fusion of long arms with each other leads to isochromosomes. And in derived chromosome, arms are mirror image of each other. Okay, both are P arms or both are Q arms. An isochromosome formation in the acrocentric or submetacentric chromosome may lead to loss of the genetic material. Okay, submetacentric means and acrocentric. In both the cases, short arms are very small. Okay, so if both the short arms join together, it will form a very small chromosome, and there is high chance of losing that genetic material. Okay, so for example, some cases of Turner syndrome. Turner syndrome, the Q arm, isochromosome formation of the Q arm, isochromosomes of the long arm of chromosome X with the loss of short arms. Okay. Next, in Turner syndrome, because of formation of isochromosome, one of the X chromosome is lost. Okay, both the P arms will be lost. Next, we are going to ring chromosome. Two breaks in a chromosome at its end and fusion of sticky ends and loss of material distal to the breaks lead to ring chromosome. For example, ring X chromosome may produce Turner syndrome. Okay. R means R represents the ring and previously I represents the isochromosome formation. Okay. Next, yes. আচ্ছা প্রিভিয়াস স্লাইড আরেকবার প্রিভিয়াস আরো আগের নেক্সট 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 ওকে এটা isochromosome both the Q arms are joining both the P arms are joining isochromosome formation and this is ring chromosome formation okay breaks at two ends joining together to form the ring both can occur in the X chromosomes. Chromosomal duplication involves the presence of a portion of chromosome more than once in a gamete or more than twice in a zygote. Okay, so that is known as duplication. Next. So these are the different causes of chromosomal aberration. Advanced maternal age, radiation, paternal chromosomal abnormalities, autoimmune disorders, nutritional deficiencies like folic acid deficiency, alcohol, tobacco, drug exposure, infection of viruses and bacteria. Okay, so that's why iron folic acid tablets are given during the pregnancy and drug use is avoided during the pregnancy and infections are also tried to be avoided during the pregnancy, different viral and bacterial infection, because it will lead to different disorders in the fetus. Next. Next, so we have discussed structural aberrations. Next, we are going to numerical aberrations. So, normally, human diploid cells contain 46 chromosomes, 46 XY in male, 46 XX in female, and any deviations in the total number of chromosomes are known as numerical chromosomal aberrations. These are the different definitions of different numerical aberrations. What is ploidy? Ploidy means number of sets of chromosome in a cell, that is known as ploidy. What is haploid chromosome? One set of chromosome is present. For example, in ovum or in sperm, only n number of chromosome is present. Okay, so haploid chromosome, one set of silence. One set of chromosome is present, like in ovum 23X, in sperm 23Y. Diploid chromosome, cells with two sets of chromosome. For example, human somatic cells 46XY or 46XX. Next is polyploid, cells with more than two sets of chromosome. It is called polyploid. For example, triploid, tetraploid, like this. N is 23, so it will be multiple of n. Triploid means 3n. 3 into 26, 69 chromosome will be there. Tetraploid means 4n. Okay, 4 into 23 means 92 chromosomes will be there. Homoploid, cells with same number of chromosomes are known as homoploid. Aneuploidy means cells with abnormal number of chromosome, that is not multiple or haploid set, not multiple of haploid set. So for example, 2n plus 1, 2n is the normal somatic cell chromosome plus 1, so 47 chromosome. 2n minus 1 means 45 chromosome. 45 chromosomes are present in Turner syndrome, 47 chromosomes are present in the Klinefelter syndrome. Okay, So it occurs due to non-disjunction. What is non-disjunction? It is failure of separation of the homologous chromosomes or sister chromatids during the cell division. That is known as non-disjunction. Okay, very, very important, asked in your theory. What is non-disjunction? Next, see here, this is from the mother. Cell division is occurring, meiosis division will lead to ovums of this 23x, okay. And in father there is non-disjunction have occurred. So one gamete is having 22 chromosome, another 24 chromosome with XY both. Okay, so if it is joining with the ovum, it will lead to monosomy 45x, lead to Turner syndrome. And here if it join this 44XY is joining with this 23X, it will lead to trisomy 47XXY, Klinefelter syndrome. Okay. So this is the mechanism of non-disjunction. Next. So these are the examples of different non-disjunctions. Important syndromes are there. So monosomy occurs in Turner syndrome, karyotype is 45X. Trisomy 21, all this you remember, all these are important syndromes, okay. Trisomy 21, Down syndrome, 47XY plus 21. Trisomy 18, Edwards syndrome, 47XY plus 18. Trisomy 13 is Patau's syndrome, 47XY plus 13, okay. And Klinefelter syndrome, 47XXY. Trisomy X is triple X syndrome, 47 triple X. Trisomy 8 is Warkani syndrome, 47XX plus 8. Next is tetrasomy. Tetrasomy 22 will lead to cat-eye syndrome, 48XX plus 2 chromosome 22. Okay. Tetrasomy 12P, Pallister-Killian syndrome, 48XX plus 12P plus 12P. Next is tetrasomy X, 48 4X. Okay. So these are the different syndromes and occurring due to non-disjunction. Next. Okay. So these are the different structural and numerical chromosomal aberrations. Okay, understood? So structural aberration and numerical aberration can come as individual short note, and the different processes of structural aberrations, deletion, inversion, translocation, insertion, all those can come as individual short note. Cry-Duchat syndrome is important short note. Prader-Willi Angelman syndrome is also important short note. Genomic imprinting and this numerical aberrations. Numerical aberrations, all these are important syndromes. We'll discuss gradually those syndromes. Down syndrome, Edwards syndrome, Patau's syndrome, Klinefelter, Turner, all are important short notes. Okay. Or you have to know the clinical features, their chromosomal patterns. Okay, all those you have to know for short note.